Hello and welcome to the first Garry's My tutorial about building a space station. It's very much like building a spaceship, only stationary. The first one's going to be design, then the second one will be probably like wiring up and life support and stuff. The third one will be about the weapons. And obviously we don't have to do a propulsion episode this time because it's a space station. When you're designing a space station, it's similar to designing a spaceship, except for it doesn't really matter if you have a front or not. The only thing that matters is like that you can actually see things out of your space station, because if you can't see the enemy or whatever, then it's kind of hard to play inside the station. Like if you had all solid walls, it's really difficult to see out of it. So you want to locate your like main control room in some place where you can see. Either that or just have glass all over your station, which is usually fine too. Another thing is that your space station won't move, so this sometimes means you need to like armor areas a little bit more heavily or protect them inside of other holes or something, because they could not be safe where they are. If you just make it like a simple one thick layer like you do on a spaceship usually, because that makes it a lot easier and cheaper to make and stuff. And by cheaper I mean in terms of time and computing, not like price. So yeah, we're gonna design a space station. I don't know exactly what this is going to end up looking like, but I have a very basic idea. Alright, so I'm gonna spawn some of these. I'm not gonna spawn those because I don't think that's gonna go well. Here, I'm gonna spawn these first actually, because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have part of it be like inside of another part. Like I'm gonna have hallways inside of here, because if you've seen some of my other videos about stations I built, I've done this before, and it does help. It definitely helps them last a lot longer than if I hadn't done it. So yeah, I'm gonna add a couple of these actually. I feel like if I have like a thing here, perhaps another thing here. So yeah. Another thing you want to think about is you also want to design it ahead of time so that when you do place your weapons, they work. Which, you know, maybe that seems obvious. Yeah, it kind of is. But you want to make sure that like you'll be able to place your weapons on areas of the station so that they will in fact be able to function, because you want functioning weapons, I would think. So, okay, I'm actually not going to use all four of these. I'm just going to use one, because it'll look better, and that's not like the whole point, but it is like a good half of the point is to make it look nice. The other half is make it be functional, especially since you don't get into many actual fights with these, so it doesn't matter how good they look. I also try to have my stations be a little bit more circular than my ships, because it's a better shape for, going in all directions. Is circular is better than not. So yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble deciding exactly what I want to build. Perhaps I'll come back in a second once I've decided on the design. Okay, I'm back. I assembled my station and I did all the stuff to it. Yeah, another thing I want to point out, if I haven't pointed this out already, is that you don't want to make it too big, because this is almost too large in terms of part number and everything. So it's kind of hard to, because if you make it too big, it might be cool, but nobody else will, appreciate your ship because it's way too large. So there is a little bit of the armoring. There's extra armoring here, because this is where the control stuff is going to be. There's going to be resources and other control items here. So the idea is that way, if they try to shoot this, they'll have to break down the armor, and then they can start shooting inside, instead of normally you would just start shooting inside. And I'm not going to add shields to my stations, and I think I've iterated enough why I don't like shields, but I'll probably cover that again when I'm talking about weapons and stuff. So anyway, this is the basic design for the station. We have, on either side, we're probably going to mount some weapons here and here, here and here, and then a couple on top, and like maybe a few more on the bottom. And then we're also going to have resources in here, like I said, and control stuff in here, and then I'm going to glass it and stuff. So I'm going to make it look a little bit nicer. I think I'm going to make it advanced, but we'll see how that ends up looking. That's fine, I think. That'll suit it. Yeah, that's good. I'm just gonna make it glass, because why not? Wish you could do the one-way glass on all of these parts and not just on some of them. Whatever. Like, have it be, like, look solid, but actually you can look out of it. Which only works on some pieces. Anyway, this is what the station's going to look like. So, thanks for watching, and goodbye.